All right, let's get started. Make sure my stream's up and running and stuff. There we go. So what did I do Friday? I think I streamed Legacy, right? It was a short stream. So we're kind of back-to-back in a way. Legacy streams, but that's typically the deal. We'll probably do Modern Tuesday, Wednesday, like the usual. I'm also not sure of my schedule on this Friday. There's a Legacy tournament at like 7:30 that I'm not sure if I'm going to, but whatever. That's later in the week. I'll figure that stuff out. All right, just make sure my mic's actually on because I wasn't sure. Anyhow, let's just get in for some Legacy taxes tonight. Still no Brightling. Brightling comes out July 9th, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will in the Discord, if I am. Yeah, Legacy League. Oh yeah, all the time. We got a cat. I talked about it on Friday a little bit, that we were going to pick up this cat on Saturday, but she had to go back to the vet for some more. She kind of pulled out one of her stitches, whatever, when she got spayed, so she had to go back to the vet for a couple days. So I was going to show her off on stream today, but then I couldn't because she has to go back to the vet until like Wednesday. Thank you all the time for the 3 months in a row subscription. I'll be sure to... The cat stream is in the books. As soon as she gets back and I'm streaming, we'll get her on cam. I appreciate your continued support. Hey, yeah, I don't have any defense about that. The Angel's not good. I'm not gonna... I'll play the Angel if you fund my Angel playing, but that card's probably like expensive too, because it's a standard playable mythic. Ugh. I'd be happier playing the Reanimator, the Death Touch one, than I would be playing Resplendent Angel. I'll be happy to try out whatever spoiler dreams you have. Yeah, okay. As long as we're on the same wavelength. The Angel's like actually pretty bad. The Death Touch one I could see is just like a fun of whatever an E&T. I posted on Twitter. Where was it? Oh, match is starting. I posted on Twitter. There was a shit post in like the lesser used D&T Discord. That was some guy with like, it was a pentagram with like Path to Exile, Thalia, Flicker Wisp, Sword of Fire Knight, or something, and there was a playset of Stoneforges in the center. Fingers crossed for next week with the unbans. Remember the Soul Sisters Martyr Proc dream? I remember a lot of your dreams all the time. This hand's like good enough. Not great. I keep drawing this Battery Soul in my opening hand, like without, like just without fail. But this hand's just great. We have like Vial, Stoneforge, and stuff. Oh yeah, did you end up ordering those? Spending $500 on Switch. That's probably a better investment of your money. The Switch is dope. Especially if you haven't played like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. I want to play the new Mario Tennis game, but I don't want to Switch. Breath of the Wild is so good. Volk Preordain. Yeah, even if you're like not a Zelda fan, like the game is such a departure from the typical genre that managed to just still be an incredible game. All right, so I was thinking that it was Sneak from Volk Preordain. It's a little weird. Do they bottom? Yeah. Guess they're digging for a land and they don't want to get taxed out with Thalia. I think I'm just gonna wasteland this if they shuffle. Yeah, the fact that it was different also, like, changing up the formula sometimes really bites them. Um, they did choose a shuffle. I think I'm just gonna wasteland this. Yeah, if it was just another Zelda, everyone is like, oh, I'll buy the Zelda game, like they had for, like, the past 900 years. But they managed. It could have come back to bite them. Like, oh, this is a departure from the genre, and it was also super bad because they messed up what Zelda truly is, and blah blah blah. But they nailed it. They just made a really good game that happened to. Wait, this isn't Sneak. This is Storm. Yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree that it took a risk and it paid off. I wonder why my opponent burned Lotus Petal Ponder that turn. If there's Storm. If we don't die next turn, we get to set up for Recruiter into Thalia, at least. Oh, never mind. I want to file on this Thalia just in case there's somehow not Storm and there's some other, like, weird deck that's playing these cards. I don't want to get, like, Force-a-Willed out of some nonsense Grixis Volcanic Island cantrip deck. I don't know, Doomsday. I don't know why they'd play Volk in that deck, but I think, regardless of what my opponent's playing, there's some nonsense combo deck, and it doesn't hurt to just Val on the Thalia first. I'll just cast the Stoneforge after. I'm probably not playing Swords of this Friday because it's painted and I make bad fiscal decisions. Nice. Opponent just concedes. Probably due to the Thalia, so probably on just Storm. As long as you buy them before Monday, or yeah, if you buy them before Monday and it gets unbanned, you immediately make profit. If you buy it before Monday and it doesn't get unbanned, then I think they stay about the same price, because price memory is a hell of a thing. So if we just assume my opponent's on Storm, we bring in these cards. I've kind of leaned away from bringing in Leon Relic Ward against Storm. Sometimes it can hit like a Lotus Petal that they play to try to get around Thalia. But it also hits Dread of Night, but like no one plays Dread of Night anymore. So it's like not great. We'll see what's cuttable. All these plows are cuttable. Crusader. Would I rather have a Relic Warder than like a Mirroring Crusader, I guess is the real question. I think the answer is yes. You can definitely, like with a Violon 2, you can try to muck up the opponent playing Lion's Eye Diamond at the wrong time. Oh, you want to... Yeah, exactly. Like, my opponent says pretty savage draw in chat. I missed that. But it was a pretty savage draw, indeed. My top deck Thalia. Very good against them. Yeah, like, you're not investing... most often, you're not just actually investing in these cards. Alright, this hand's nuts if we don't get turn 2'd. You're not investing in these cards to make, like, a financial gain. Otherwise, you're buying, like... You're not just buying a playset, right? If you want to make money, you're like, alright, I'm going to buy, like, 100 Stoneforges, and then it gets unbanned, and I make, like, $30 off of each Stoneforge if I just, like, liquidize them all immediately. Yeah, swords probably won't get they might, like, see them make their way into a master set at some point. Oh, man, we're just getting, like, turn 1. Wait, what? Oh, okay, they could... This is fine, I think. I don't think they can just beat me playing a bunch of stuff like this. So, I've seen Bob in, like, Ant sideboards before, so I'm not super shocked. I think we're just going to leave with Caracas. If I can not play Plains, I'm down to like play around Massacre. Although my opponent has Dark Confidant in play, so I don't think they're gonna Massacre me. Stoneforge and yeah, if Stoneforge gets unbanned, they could easily just like pull a Jason Mind Sculptor, put it in like the next Master set. Do I want to play? I think I want to play Thalia over Canonist here, especially if they leave the Swamp untapped. They might be holding up Fatal Push. Yeah, I don't know. The new Ajani seems like cool, but it does seem like kind of worse Gideon. But bringing back a bevy of sweet 2-drops like Bob and Stoneforge and Thalia can be really strong. So yeah, we're gonna play Thalia this turn. Doesn't get Fatal Pushed, taxes them on like trying to cast cantrips and stuff like their Brainstorm, and just blocks this Bob. Although I could wait till turn 3 to play the Thalia to protect it with Caracas, which is also reasonable. But if I play Canonist, I think Thalia's the play. I think they're more likely to just have like a Fatal Push here that they want to cast. And if they just Fatal Push into going off, then I just die. This way they have to just spend 2 mana on the Fatal Push at least. Reveal Swamp. I'm excited for a 2-drop that doesn't suck against humans. Yeah, 2-mana Brainstorm. This is totally fine for me. Yeah, it doesn't actually protect itself. Like, it needs other cards to... And it has the minus to protect itself. There are a lot of, like, issues with the card. It's definitely reasonable. Alright, so now... Alright, let's calm down. If that Johnny was 3 cost, that'd be nuts. So, my opponent has 6 cards in hand. They have Swamp. They don't have Brainstorm anymore. They have Swamp. I don't even know if they have Swamp because they actually Brainstormed. I think I just want to leave up Caracas at this point. I don't think the Mom's going to be fast enough, really. I think I'm just going to Ethersworn and then Rest in Peace. We're definitely going to attack here. My life total is much less of a concern than my opponent's is. Yeah, only Black gets busted 3-drop Planeswalkers. Although it's always just Liliana's the only busted 3-drop. Everyone's like, don't underestimate 3-drop Planeswalkers, because everyone else underestimated Liliana the Veil. But like, Veil and Last Hope are like the only playable ones, right? Saheeli's only good because of infinite combos. Domri was like very, very fringe playable in Standard. And like very, very, very fringe playable in Modern. Johnny Collar Pride was garbage. I guess getting in the Trials is okay. So he's playing like blue-white control in Modern sometimes. Opponent getting in. Getting frisky with this Dark Confidant. I think we're just going to play Rest in Peace here. We're just going to really try to play as many... Because my opponent's going to draw a lot of cards with this Bob. So my plan is to just play enough hate cards that my opponent can't draw enough, like, bounce spells and fatal pushes and whatnot to win. Especially because they only get to cost 1 card per turn. Deal. Yeah, Last Hope was... Did people think Last Hope was meh? Probably. LED. One is 7 cards, man. No attacks, really? This attack's like free, right? You can't double block my Thalia. So attacking with this Thalia is free. They can't block it. They might chump block to play with Fire here. Alright, so we can try to set up lethal. If they take 3 damage off their Bobs, this Mirror Satyr just kills them. So do I think Stoneforge will get unbanned? I don't like telling people, like, yeah, go buy this card because I think it'll get unbanned. I personally, I think it would be fine to unban. I think that there are a lot more powerful things going on. I think it would be a role player in Modern, but not overpowered by any means. But I don't think Wizards is going to unban it yet. I think it's a little bit too early for that. The public outcry for, like, oh, unban Stoneforge has been a little bit recent. I don't think Wizards, especially like their ban list and stuff, I don't think they move that fast. I think it is very unbannable. Am I getting, like, massacred here? No, they don't spend mana for that. Because it's free, because I have a Plains, they have a Swamp. Again, I don't like telling people, yeah, go buy this card, or don't buy this card. Okay, opponent floats 4 mana and concedes. Got him. I just want... Okay, my opinion... Yeah, my opinion is that, yes, I think it's unbannable. Yes, I think in the future they're going to unban it, unless they, like, make some drastic changes with, like, what they're doing. I think it's very unbannable, but I don't think they're going to do it yet, just based on their prior experience with these sort of things. There's no, like, immediate... Yeah, exactly. They're just very slow with what they do. And the public outcry has been going on for, like, maybe, like... It really started to buckle down the past month or two, right? And I don't think they're going to work that fast. Unless their plan was, like, they had this list of, like, oh, Jace, Bloodbraid, and Stoneforge, and they're like, all right, we're going to push off Jace and Bloodbraid, and we're going to see what happens. And if they do something, then... Or if they don't do anything, then maybe we can, like, push out Stoneforge, Green Sun Zenith, maybe. Those sorts of cards. But, like, it was, like, earlier this year. Like, in February or something that they unbanned. Jason Bloodbraid. Green Sun Zenith, they have it. I mean, in terms of the most unbannable cards on the list, I think Green Sun Zenith is, like, second or third place after Stoneforge and, like, maybe something else. It's definitely insane. Like, the Green Sun Zenith is a very good card. But I think, in terms of, like, if you rated every card on... If you, like, put every card on the ban list in order of how likely they are to get unbanned, Green Sun Zenith is near the top. Alright, we beat Ant. 2-0'd Ant. Alright, round 2. Yeah, the card's sweet, you know. Yeah, the issue is that it's not that, so the argument for cards like Stoneforge and Green Sun Zenith over, like, cards that are just sheerly way too overpowered, like, you know, Skull Clamp or Jite or whatever, Punishing Fire, is that the cards are very homogenizing versus just being overpowered. Like, that was kind of their argument with banning Twin, right? Is that, oh, my deck is playing blue and red, I guess I play Splinter Twin, and like, the blue-white-red control decks were just like, okay, I'll also play Resto and Kiki and, like, the Twin combo. The Grixis decks were like, alright, I'm going to play turn 2 Tassikers with Thought Scours and stuff, but I'm also going to Splinter Twin you. And so cards being homogenizing is also something that Wizards doesn't necessarily want, because it, like, limits the deck diversity. And that's kind of the argument that they were making. And that's similar to stuff like Green Sun Zenith and Stoneforge. It's like, oh, I'm playing a white deck, time to play 4 Stoneforge Mystics in an equipment package. Or, oh, I'm playing a green deck, time to play Dryad Arbor or Green Sun Zeniths. I'm not necessarily saying that argument is, like, valid or correct in any way, but I think that's kind of Wizards' stance on it. And I definitely don't think that those cards are, especially Stoneforge, is necessarily overpowered enough. But I think it would be a little bit homogenizing in terms of, I think the blue-white-red tempo decks would make a resurgence with, like, Geists and Stoneforges and Spellquellers or something. I guess we'll keep this. This deck definitely plays it, obviously. Like, Junk, Abzan, whatever, with Tarmogoyfs would play it. Trying to think of something else that's a white deck. I mean, that's kind of the issue, right? Is that white is kind of not great. Basic Mountain Pass on a mold of 5. Scry at the bottom. What are they on? What am I wait, hang on. I was in, like, the modern mindset for a second. What deck in Legacy goes basic Mountain Pass? On a mold of 5, is it like Burn? Do I just Stoneforge for Batterskull? GT? Yeah, Stoneforge Geist. Jeskai Toba would be sweet with Stoneforges. Put those swords on the Geist, get them. Because the problem with Geist is that it's a 2-2, and there are so many creatures in the format that just block and kill it. Now, when you put a sword on it... I mean, I guess Stompy, that's the most reasonable thing. Mold of 5 especially. So Sword of Fire and Ice makes the most sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab Sword of Fire and Ice. Could grab GTA to try and get online under Bridge. I think Sword of Fire and Ice is just kind of hedging my bets as well. If they're somehow not Prison, if they're a different basic mountain deck, Sword of Fire and Ice is still insane because they're a red-based deck. This like Chalice on one. Yeah, okay, they're a red Stompy. Cool, we should be fine. We have double basic planes on our opener, and my opponent mold to 5. We're just gonna play Crusader and plan on like 12ing them next turn. I guess I could Mom plus put in Sword instead. They don't. If they have a Soul Land, they can. If they have a Soul Land, they can sweep my board, and then next turn I would just play Sword plus Mom. They have Soul Land, Fiery Confluence. I think I just like they're on a mold of 5. I think I just try to smash them as fast as possible. Especially if they go Land Bridge. Yeah, we're just gonna play Crusader here. Hit my opponent for 1. We had to just 12 them next turn if they don't have like Land Bridge or a way to kill this Crusader. Blood Moon, deal. Alright, if they don't have Bridge, they die, and if they do have Bridge, I have Flicker Wisp and they die. So, cool. Nice ensnaring Bridge, opponent. And dead. Cool. Got him. Yeah. Definitely not gonna win on mold of 5 with turn 1, like, Chalice of the Void into Blood Moon against Death and Taxes. That is not gonna work out for you, opponent. Alright, so we bring in Heroic Order, Judgments, and Cataclysms. Answers to Bridge, and Cataclysms just nuts against my opponent's deck. We cut Crusaders, because they're just 2/2s. They die to all the stuff my opponent has. Kozilek's Returns, Abrades, whatever, they're Fiery Confluences, Volcanic Fallouts, whatever cards they want to be playing. What else am I cutting? Batterskull's not great. GTA plus Stoneforge helps me attack under a bridge if I can get a trigger on it. But it's like a pretty niche scenario. Probably shave Ace Swords. Rabble Master is pretty easy to beat with just like the creatures I have. Especially Thalia. Ice Sarah Avenger's pretty bad. I don't like that. I think the Stoneforge, the weapon package in Modern is Fire and Ice, Light and Shadow, and Batterskull. I think it's something like. I mean, obviously, I think it also varies deck to deck, because some decks want to deal with certain things more than others. I think if you're losing to Jeskai a bunch, then maybe you main deck the War and Peace, because War and Peace is really good against combo, because like against Storm, much like in Legacy, it's just the heaviest hitting sword, but it doesn't accrue you any card advantage. But it also has Pro Bolt and Pro Path to Exile, which is really good against stuff like Jeskai. Hang on, let me figure out. This hand's a keep. We have basic lands and like good cards in the matchup. Plow for an early Rabble Master. Fire and Ice is obviously the most insane because it's like the best value. It's like no Chalice deal. Uh, Fire and Ice is just such good value just at any point in the game. Killing your opponent's creatures or increasing your clock while giving you card advantage is great. But I think the issue with Fire and Ice... I'm just going to play turn 2 card here. Nice. We can revoke it and hope they don't have a removal spell. You can have a Blood Moon, honestly, opponent. I'd rather give you Blood Moons than basic mountains. Chosen card will be put into their hand. Okay, yeah, you can have this Blood Moon. We're just gonna Revoker it and hope. I mean, they probably have an answer to this Revoker, in which case we're right on time. Mother of Runes. It'd be really nice if we had this Mom on turn 1 to protect this Revoker on turn 2. But can't win them all. Karn, Scion of Ursa. So I think, especially in Death and Taxes, I think Light and Shadows really sweet. Once the EDH stream, we'll build Death and Taxes in EDH with Thalia as the commander, and then we'll stream Death and Taxes in EDH. I'm willing to stream Death and Taxes in basically any format. Yeah, figured opponent has an answer. Opponent doesn't actually have a red source. They had to use that Blood Moon I gave him with the Chrome Mox. You can have a Simian Spirit Guide, opponent. Although they can minus it to get the Ensnaring Bridge next turn. But we have Relic Order to beat up that. I think I'm just going to Stoneforge for... We already have the Jite. Stoneforge for Sword, I guess. Yeah. Sure, Blood Moon me, opponent deal. Waste that Spirit Guide. Also turn off your Soul Lands. Now they only have 3 mana. But it does... I guess it gives them red, which they were kind of starved for. I'm pretty sure I own 0 Marsh Flats as well. Which I will probably need if I want to update my deck list. I could also Relic Order this Chrome Mox, which is not unreasonable. Puts my opponent down to 2 mana. This Karn's just going to keep plussing, though. I could always just Relic... They're probably going to get the bridge back. I think I just need to save this for a bridge. Grab Sword. Need some Marsh... I need to, like, figure out... I keep saying this every time we talk about this on stream, but, like, I have not brewed with Stoneforge lists at all. I probably can just have a Simian Spirit Guide. I don't care. They can have these cards. Second Kozilek's turn, that's rude. So I could Relic Order Jite, Mom, Sword, Relic Order, Mom. I think Relic Order the Chrome Mox plus Mom is my best bet. Although I did give my opponent Simian Spirit Guide. Maybe I should have given them Chalice if that was my plan. But they could have actually just Chalice on 1 and been kind of annoying. I don't have a card that lets me attack through this bridge later if I use this Relic Order. And they could just minus at any time and then cast it. Although if I take them off... I can't really take them off of mana is the issue, because this card draws them a card, like, every turn. They can always just minus to get back this mountain if they need to. So I don't think that's a good plan. I think it's just Mom plus Sword here. Yeah. I was explaining that to my brother when he was like, should I invest in Stoneforge just in case it gets unbanned? I was like, do you want to spend, like, hundreds of dollars? Because Stoneforges are, like, 80 by themselves. Swords are super expensive. Batterskull's, like, what, 20 or something? Arbiter's really good against your opponent's Stoneforges, so you got that going for you. Just be sure to pack, like, more Stony Silences and shit. Pack a more artifact removal during the early days of a Stoneforge unbanned, because everyone's just going to be playing it in the worst decks. You can have this Trinisphere. That Chandra's very scary. Yeah, opponent hits more lands. They could, Fiery Confluence me here. Shadow the Sword, kill the Mom, deal me 2. Yep. Yeah, turn 2 Karn is very hard to beat. Turn 2 Personal Howling Mine. They haven't even needed to minus it yet. I could flicker it back down to... Starts at 5? God, fuck this card. How do you ever beat this card? I mean, there's nothing better to flicker besides the Chrome Mox, and I might as well knock the loyalty down. I could have, like, Relic Order plus GT, but... Yeah, I don't think we're winning this particular game. You can have the City of Traders opponent. My opponent is, like, very aggressively not mine. I guess they don't need to minus their Karn. They already have, like, 8,000 cards in their hand that can already beat me up. Like this PNLR. Wow, I can't even beat these Thopters. Guess I should actually... I was thinking... So if I plow one Thopter, I have to Relic Order the other, and then I can't connect with this GT. I think I have to plow this Pia, so it can't throw artifacts at all my stuff. So now we have the ability to equip GTA to Thalia, and we can attack with both safely. Finally, if they minus this, get back the Chandra, sure. I don't know why they pitched the Spirit Guide. They have this Chrome Mox. Flame / Thalia. Oh, that makes sense. Now I can't attack through these Thopters again. Without just suiciding my Flicker Wisp. And then they still have access to just getting this bridge back after that. I think I have to attack. So my opponent has to get back bridge next turn, essentially. Wait, they have like a braid here for this GTA too. Alright, yeah, we're dead. So we need to draw a Flicker Wisp. Opponent can just like buy back this bridge, kill me. Are they gonna like put this on? Can they put it on 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it on 1. Seems a little dubious. Oh yeah, they had this Trinisphere 900 turns ago. So we need to want to draw a Flicker Wisp, not Mother of Runes. Alright, yeah, I've had enough. We can just go game 3. We were probably dead like 4-ish turns ago. I mean, we were all probably also pretty dead on turn 2. But that's how the cookie crumbles. So yeah, opponent had like no creatures in their deck really. I wouldn't be surprised if they just boarded out the Rabble Masters. Pia's obviously good against me. But yeah, Plow is not great. I think we just run it back. This matchup's usually pretty good. Obviously barring the nut hands. This hand's like kind of loose, but double Wasteland can be strong at disrupting them. Sanctum Prelate on 4 is really good, although less good post board because my opponent has multiple Cosmos returns and a Braids. Relic Order is also good. I think this is a keep, but it's pretty close. If my opponent goes Soul Land, I'm going to just Wasteland it almost assuredly. Especially if they just go Soul Land pass like they did game 1. I have enough lands in my hand that I want to trade lands with them. Nope. Ooh, that is a good draw. Helps me bridge the gap without having to make a turn 2 play. Stalls them out. If they play a Soul Land now, I can Wasteland it. If they keep playing Mountains, I can just Prel it. What's up, Life is Bowling? How's it going? I think I'm just gonna port them again. I do the Aether Vial. This is better than 5 lands, Scrappy Chandra. That wasn't my... Was that my opener? I forget. You guys are the ones that told me to keep that, weren't you? I'm pretty sure I was all for not keeping that hand. I'm doing pretty well. We're 1-0 right now. Game 3 against Monterey Prison. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Again, I don't really know what I want to put the Prelate on. My opponent can't play a 4-drop without, like, a Spirit Guide or something. Or Chromox. Which, I think they would have played Chromox by now in fear of Thalia. They could, like, Soul Lane Spirit Guide Chandra me or something. Oh, no! This is my nightmare. Play Chandra? Sure. And by my nightmare, I mean, like, it's not a huge deal. This is definitely in the realm of beatable. Another Rashad port. So I could Wasteland this. Prelate probably doesn't do anything. I could just try to tax them out, honestly. This Chandra does give them mana, though. But I could, like, Reliquary this Chromox Wasteland. Well, if I'm doing that, I might as well port, because I'm already using 2 mana. The Chandra being able to produce 2 mana is kind of a bummer. Maybe I just want to play Prelate to get them to have to Flame Slash this. And the next turn I can, like, Violent Relic Order and double port. This Chandra will go down to 2, up to 3. Yeah, I think I should play Prelate this turn. Guess I'll put it on 4. I don't really want them shattering this Vial. Next turn we can double port them, and then, like, end step Relic Order the Chromox or something off the Vial. Yeah, assuming they did that. Oh, yeah, this is fine. I mean, it's a little bit not fine, because this Relic Order is a 2-2. Gets kind of stonewalled, but... So we can kill this. This has to have 3 loyalty counters, so I can actually just put this in now. The issue is now getting past this Rabble Master. Kill the Chromox. Probably should have done that in the upkeep, maybe. Looks like it doesn't matter. My opponent doesn't have a spell to cast. Now my opponent can hide behind this Chandra is the issue, because they can block Relic Order with Rabble Master. Ooh, that's a rough one to hit, especially after I just burned this Relic Order. We want to draw Flicker Wisp now. We will block and kill a Goblin. Is my opponent considering attacking with Rabble Master? Because that seems loose. Wow. Really? I guess because I can't kill this Chandra. But I don't think I'm in danger of dying very soon. Council's Judgment. Alright. Now this is getting interesting. Wasteland this, double port. This Rabble Master beats me down, but if I can get this Chandra off the table, they try to hide behind Bridge, I can kill the Chandra, but then the issue is, then I'm not beating this honestly not beating this Rabble Master. I could Council's Judgment the Chandra, single port, and then work my way. I could Council's Judgment. So assuming with 3 mana, my opponent has to draw to 4 cards. Can my opponent get to under 2 cards in their hand? I guess it doesn't matter because they'll be able to defend this Chandra. Because they'll have a Goblin back to block to defend this Chandra. If I just Council's Judgment, the Rabble Master, attack this Chandra to 1, and then port them once, they'll have 3 mana and 4 cards in hand. I guess this Chandra can also make mana. So there's almost no way I'm going to be able to actually hit this Chandra again. And then I'm staring down Chandra Bridge with nothing in hand. I think I'd rather be staring down Rabblemaster Bridge. Because I can just block this Goblin and stuff. Yeah, the issue is that, like, I have way too many cards to Judgment. And if I Judgment to the Chandra, like, this Rabblemaster's going to beat me down. But I have more answers to Rabblemaster in my deck than I do to Chandra. So did I just not attack Judgment Chandra pass? That seems like probably my best play. Judgment the token, good play, solid. I like the lines. I guess I could always just block. I could always just trade with the Rabblemaster itself, and I'm just taking from tokens. If I had known I had drawn this, I would have just traded easily last turn. But obviously, I don't know the top card of my deck. I think I just have to Judgment Chandra and pass. I'm going to play the Wasteland in case I draw like another port. It's not a huge deal, but... It's a weird line here. The issue is that I have... my opponent has several problematic permanents I need to deal with, but Chandra's the only source of, like, huge card advantage, so otherwise... So with this line, we're both kind of at the mercy of our own top decks. My opponent just kind of has a little bit of leg up right now. Maybe my opponent will vote for Bridge. Dang it, they saw the line. Will not attack. Port the city. Keep my opponent down on mana. Now my opponent's attacking with the Rabblemaster again? Alright, I don't think I can afford to keep taking this. I have like a 5-turn clock to answer 2 goblins if I just block here. I can have this Chrome Mox back. I just need to get this Rabblemaster off the table. Do I get Chrome Mox back? They don't imprint. Okay. The clock has increased. Ooh, that is an excellent draw! So we can play land. I can Wasteland, Recruiter, get Wisp, and port them, so they're down to like 2 mana. Just like chain Flicker Wisps and stuff until I find a better card to go grab. So we'll Wasteland this. Play Recruiter. Get a Wisp. The question is, do I Wisp now? I think I want to soak up damage. It does allow my opponent to, like, untap and abrade this, but they might have shattered the file by now. They could have Kozilek's Return, but that sweeps their own board, too. And that puts us back to, both back to square one, but me with double port against our 3 lands. I think I'm down for just, like, trading off Flicker Wisps with this Spirit Guide or something if they attack with everything. So I think I'm going to Flicker now. Do I grab another Flicker Wisp? Do I grab another Recruiter? There's a lot of things I could get. I think just more Wisps is fine. Yeah, I'll grab more Wisps. If my opponent attacks with everything, I think I just trade Wisp for Guide. Yeah, we go to 8. I guess we're kind of in danger of dying to a Fiery Confluence, but my opponent needs to have more mana to do that. Another Recruiter is only slightly less greedy, given that they kill Recruiter yet. Yeah, I mean, it is less greedy to grab the other Recruiter, but I don't think they have a way to kill my Recruiter in their hand, or they didn't last turn, I guess. Alright, I think we need to gain life here. Like, Jite? Battle Skull's not very good against Ensnaring Bridge, although I guess I could Flicker it, but Stoneforge walls off Goblins pretty well. So I can cast Stoneforge, hold the artifact, and keep Vile on Recruiter and still, like, double port them. I think I just have to get GTA here. GTA also with the Stoneforge helps me attack through this bridge if I can connect once. So yeah, we'll grab GTA. I could play and equip a recruiter, actually. But that doesn't port them at all, which is kind of nerve-wracking. I feel like double porting them a bunch is like how I win this game. Yeah, I think we're gonna attack here. No, we're not gonna attack. If they attack with both, I can just block and flicker once. It's not worth it. I don't think the 1 point of damage is worth it. The issue with, like, attack, just jamming the GTA that turn is that I can get blown up by Fiery Confluence. What is the card that's definitely on my radar here? Second Bridge, okay. Wisp the Recruiter again. We're gonna keep grabbing Wisps. I can't be too greedy with my Wisps, though, because, although, no, I need to get this GTA online this turn, I think. To get past these bridges in the future. So I think I'm... What am I equipping to, then? Stoneforge? Stoneforge could die, and there goes my only thing that... Do I have to sack off this Recruiter? Oh god, that might be really bad. Do I just have to get this Recruiter killed? I guess I could Flicker Wisp one of my opponent's Goblin tokens when they... If they double block the Stoneforge. Just Wisp one of the Goblin tokens. And then I end up with a Stoneforge equipped with 2 counters on it, which does beat this bridge. The issue is that if they have another land, they could, like, Confluence my whole board, and I just, like, die horribly. I have 6.5 minutes left. My opponent has, like, 18 minutes. I feel a little bit bad how much I'm, like, tanking on these turns. But I need to get this GT online this turn. I think we're going to sack off this Recruiter. I just need to get the GTA counters on this thing. Goodbye, Recruiter of the Guard. I think I need this Flicker Wisp in my hand as insurance. I don't think I need any more Recruiter value. You know the cat's not here. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but I think all the time was the other one here, that we got a cat. But currently back at the vet right now, issues with her her spaying. She'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully, and I can actually show her off on stream. So my opponent actually plays 4th land here, essentially, with the Chrome Mox. Are they gonna... Yeah, they're gonna Fiery Confluence me. 4 to my face, destroy target artifact. So they have 0 cards in hand, which is actually very bad for me. Do I save the GTA? I still can't connect if I save the GTA here. I'm gonna kill this goblin and gain 2 life anyway. We need to connect once. I think I just have to save this GTA. Hope to port them out of. Hope to port them out of casting a spell for 1 turn to connect with the GTA. Sorry, I'm gonna concentrate for a second because I actually have like 5 minutes left on the clock here. No, not playing these vials. It's just not worth it in terms of my clock. So if they draw a 4-drop here, then I think we're in it. Come on, please have a 4-drop in your hand. Ooh, that is a very good draw. Draw like an Abrade. Sure. I don't even know if I Cataclysm them yet. I probably do. Maybe I wait until they like, play like a Planeswalker or something. Oh, well, I get to kill 2 bridges at least. Gotta play fast. Still trying to think of what my plan is. Is just keep Vial plus Flicker Wisp and shatter all their stuff so they have 1 land left. They keep like a Rashadan Port too. Want to place another Chalice, sure. So I get to keep a Rashadan Port and then play a plane, so I get to start porting them, whatever they do. So I think at some point I need a Cataclysm, though. I just don't know when it is. It's the point where they pass with a card in hand, I think. Which means they drew a 4-drop. So I have to keep a Flicker Wisp to actually clock them here. Keep a... They keep a mountain and a bridge. And we just try to port them out of this game. They keep the Chromox? That was a good draw for them. I probably shouldn't have played that first in case they have Kozilek's Return here. Oh, I shouldn't. I can F6 this turn because the mom. Wow, my opponent concedes. Whew! That was a little bit stressful. You need something? Tape. Tape? Okay. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you.
The trying to pick a point to Cataclysm there was a little weird. I guess they drew, like, Confluence, and they kept the, like, I guess, like, keeping the bridge is fine, or not keeping the bridge is fine because they know they can't, or they know they're not likely to be able to get cards out of their hand fast enough. It didn't play out well, because if they had top deck running lands, we would have been, like, in trouble. But it managed to work out. With more time on my hands, I think I would have, like, held on to that Cataclysm a little longer, since it's definitely my opponent, up to my opponent to, like, do something big there. Like, as soon as they cast a Karn or a Chandra or something, I just immediately play Cataclysm and then blow up all their stuff. But I think just with my time constraints, I needed to cast that Cataclysm sooner rather than later, and kind of cross my fingers a little bit. Alright, 7 out of 8 matches won against Moon. Blood Moon Stompy. Dragon Stompy, whatever you want to call it. What is... I'm gonna make sure I know the text on... They used to play Rakdos Pit Dragon, right? That was the card? Is that what it's called? Dragon Stompy? Yeah, this is the card. 4-drop, 3/3. 2 red gives flying, 1 red gives +1/+0 until end of turn. As long as it has double strike if you have no cards in hand. I think that was why they called it Dragon Stompy. Now they have much better cards than Rakdos Pit Dragon, however. Go. There we go. Oh, that sand sucks. Sand. God, Batterskull. I think I can keep this on a 6. We can almost cast this Batterskull once they kill my Thalia. Goodbye, Plains. We'll just hope they're on Storm. And this turn 1 Thalia just crushes them. If they're on like Delver or something, we're pretty far up shit creek. Or if they're on like Pile, we're just dead. Alright, Storm, and not Cabal Therapy. It's probably Delver though, for being realistic. Ooh. Wait, am I going like turn 1, or are they just playing out the pedal? Please don't turn 1 me. Stop going into the tank, opponent. Just pass. Just pass and let me play this Thalia. No. No. Stop. What are they? I mean, I guess like another ritual. Oh yeah, double LED, and they have another Infernal Tutor. They're just getting turn 1. Yeah. They're just like actual lethal. You can grab. I guess they could grab Adnaz, but I don't see the reason to. Oh, they're just they're just getting Infernal Tendrils. Cool. We get turn 1 by Storm. My nightmare. We had a good hand against Storm too. We were on the play and had a Thalia. And my opponent just has the... That is genuinely like my story of my first competitive match of Legacy. I've told it on the stream before, but my opponent... Except I guess my opponent won the die roll in that case. My opponent won the die roll, and then they probed me, and they're like, oh, you're not playing Force of Wills. And then they went like, Rit, LED, Infernal Tutor, Past in Flames, Rit, Infernal Tutor, Tendrils you. That was very sad. I decided yes on Relic Order, I think. Just because it's better than, like, Plows. I cut 2 Crusaders, cut Sarah Avenger, cut Jite. Yeah, looks about right. I would like to play first. Yeah, we'll keep. My opponent's Cabal Therapy were bummed, but can't not keep a hand with a pile of Thalias. Lead with Caracas, just in case we draw another non-plains land, so we can't get massacred. No therapy. Oh no. Please, no therapy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nope. Basic Island. No. Come on. My opponent's like seriously slow rolling me if this is like Cabal Therapy or they're just gonna go off. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna get turn 1 twice by Ant. Are we really getting turn 1 twice by Ant? That is really unlikely. I hope my opponent just realizes they did their math wrong and they concede. That would be nice. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, they're just ad-nausing, and they hit an LED. So they need free mana, right? Which they haven't hit yet. They need a Lotus Petal. If we can dodge a Lotus Petal, we might be okay. Please, no Lotus Petal. Alright, we're still good. Alright, we're still good. Oh no, they hit the Lotus Petal. Fuck. I can Lotus Petal, Dark Grit, LED, Infernal Tutor, Crack it, kill me. Yeah, Cabal Writ in there too. They even like No, they can't chain paper. They don't have enough stuff. Yeah, they just therapy me for the extra storm count. And then they LED, Infernal Zero Crack, LED 10. Yeah, alright, we're done here. Man, turn 1's twice by Ant. That feels bad. "41 games, 19 losses." Yep, back to exactly 50% win rate against Ant. Ant is not a very consistent turn 1 deck. That was some pretty bad luck. Although we were probably, after we lost game 1, it's a lot harder to win game 3 on the draw. Like, taking game 1 is a big deal in that matchup. Yeah, his hand sucks. His hand's fine. God, I never know if this card's good. In the blind, I think it's good against most decks. Like, it's good against Delver game 1. It's not great against Check. It's good against Sneak or Ant if we somehow live to turn 3. It's like pretty medium versus Miracles. I think it's good enough to keep on the top. Is Delver? Could be Sneak, could be Delver, could be Check. Could technically be Storm, it's just more unlikely. They usually play the What-Up Folk. I mean, it doesn't affect my turn 1 play if land go. Better player always wins. Yep. This is definitely how Magic works. Alright, so they might get like Underground Sea and then their Delver, which was my number 1 choice. Could still be Pile. Did I leave him Spell Pierce here? I mean, just gotta jam this anyway. I'd love if they dazed or pierced that. Now I just don't know what to put this Revoker on. Could just port them. Could just play this Mom. My opponent's on Delver is my best guess. Still could be Pile. Either way, if they're on Pile, then they're unlikely to have Bolt. I almost just want to port them off of black here instead of for the Sanctum Prelate. If they're on Delver and I can play Sanctum Prelate on 3, it's really good. Or Sanctum Prelate on turn 3, obviously put it on 1, but I'll get a better feel for what they're on. Alright, so they're on Pile. Which means Prelate on 1 is still okay, because they have to K-command it. I could Mom plus Revoker, but that's even worse against K-command. I could just Recruiter for Mirren Crusader. It's probably not bad here, before my opponent establishes. Although I want something that can kind of threaten a Jace, at least. Because my opponent could just slam Jace next turn. I could Mom plus Port, but my opponent's pretty reliably hitting their land drops. I think I want to play... I think Recruiter for Mirror Crusader is fine here. If they slam Jace, we can get more value because they're tapped out and we can Wisp our Recruiter. We'll go ahead and grab Crusader. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a Bolt, but Bolt is not common. It's usually like a 1 or 2 of in this deck. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to slam Jace here. Ooh, Leovold. That is much better than it. I am much more happy to see that than a Jace. Could plow it. I've just been leaving up this Volcanic on like every single turn. I mean, it makes sense for what they've done, because all they've done is they did like Ponder Pass, and they did Underground Sea Deathrite, and then just like land go. So it kind of makes sense that they've never tap the Volcanic because they've never needed it, but I'm a little bit scared of a Bolt, so I kind of want to try and bait it out by flickering this Recruiter. If I drawn a land, it would have been nice. Let's see if they fire off a Bolt here. They don't. Maybe they don't have a Bolt. I don't think they have a Jace, because I think Jace would have been way better than Leavold here. Let's go grab more Wisps. We already have a Crusader. They'll have to answer this Recruiter eventually. They probably don't have a main deck, neg 1 hate. They could have like a Toxic Deluge or something, but that's fine. Now we have a Flicker Wisp and play to pressure the Jace. We can plow this Leavold if we need to. Obviously a 2-for-1 against ourselves. If we need to punch in. Like, if I draw a 4th land, I'll probably plow plus play Crusader or something. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'll kill it. They get a draw card, but it's like the best plow target in the deck. Besides Deathrite. They like force this. Am I willing to trade Recruiter for a Snapcaster Mage? Probably not. Oh, if that's the case, then why did I plow the Leavold just now? It's the benefits of actually thinking ahead of your plays. I didn't need to plow the Leavold there if I wasn't planning on attacking with the Recruiter. And we'll just keep flickering it. But I'm going to counter this. You gotta kill my 1-1 eventually, opponent. You K Commander this time? You have mana up. Yeah. Discard a card, deal 2 damage. We're gonna pitch the Mom, I think. The Mom pairs well. I think we're gonna pitch Revoker. I have a pretty good board presence against the Jace, so I don't really need Revoker. And Mom pairs well with a bunch of 3-drops in my hand because I have 4 mana. They have like a push for a Wisp. No, they don't. That's great. I'm scared that they just have Force in their hand, though, that they're sitting on. I think I almost want to Pearl on 1 plus Mom. Pearl on 3 plus Mom, maybe. Protects me from Deluge. Baleful Strix is obnoxious. You haven't played a single Fatal Push. They can't Fatal Push the Prelate. So if I untap with the Prelate and the Mom, and the Prelate's on 3, we're pretty safe from... We're safe from K Command, and then we're safe from, like, 1-mana removal spells with the Mom. I think I just have to punch through the Strix. I have 2 Wisps. We're just going to add more to the board, too. Yep. Opponent trades. Ooh, they have a Bolt. Okay, so they burn the Bolt, which is important for this Crusader. It also means that I think I'm putting this Prelate on 1. Because I want to protect from, like, Snap Bolt. Obviously, Prelate on... I guess I can put Prelate on 3 plus the Mom is fine. Yeah. Since the Bolt is their only removal spell, if I turn off the Kolaghan's command, they would need to use their Snap Bolt to get rid of the Prelate. If I untap with this Mom. So the worst case here is like Jace. Yeah, see, now they have to Snap Bolt instead of like Snap K commanding. And now they're down their Bolt to deal with this Crusader. Yep. Do they have an answer for this mom, too? Or else this Crusader is pretty safe. They have, like, a K command after this? Oh, they bought back the Strix. That's pretty good. Stoneforge is also pretty good. How am I going to sit on this Crusader, honestly? I want to get this Stoneforge down, though, all of a sudden. Although the Thaliah just does nothing. My opponent has a million mana. My opponent just has a Strix in hand. They would need to find a Bolt. And then next turn I can Stoneforge, try to find the equipment to put on the Crusader. I'm just going to jam the Crusader this turn. We need to put my foot down here. My opponent has the second Bolt, is annoying. Strix. Tapping the Underground. I guess that my opponent has a ton of blue mana. And it doesn't really matter what mana they tap, just because they have so much. Him me. Alright, well, I'm kind of glad I played the Crusader, then. Because then I would have lost my equipment and the Crusader. Alright, well, that's a terrible draw. But now we're both top decking. And I have the superior board state. Maybe I should save this to play, well, better against K command. We'll tap the red sources. Yeah, I'm gonna get in. I think we're gonna hold on to this Wasteland. Again, for like K command insurance, just because I'm not. I guess I could actually Wasteland my opponent out of Wasteland plus port them out of red. Yeah, makes a Batterskull top deck worse, but it also means if they draw a red spell, they need to crack this Delta. Ooh, never mind. But still, this Crusader's racing. Not a great draw. We're gonna hold that one finally. Ponder is good for them. They find a Jace, we're pretty boned. They shuffled, thank God. Because they didn't find what they wanted. Not attacking with the snap. So they're playing on chump blocking. They have a good draw? Nope. Alright. Punch. They chump block. They can gain life? I think... Is that their plan? I don't think they're gonna try to race me, yeah. Gaining life, trying to find like a Jace or something is pretty important. Although the Jace doesn't beat this Crusader anymore because I have a Vial on 3. They need to find another Bolt now. Their clock is pretty slow. My clock's 2 a turn. Like, attack for 4, this Death Ray gains them 2. I could draw, like, a reasonable Magic card, that'd be nice. Gaining life, sure. Wouldn't be surprised if one of my opponent's cards in hand was Force of Will at this point. That they could just hard cast. So it makes me drawing like a Batterskull and an equipment pretty bad. I want to draw 3 drops at this stage. Like, second Crusader is obviously nuts. Thalia. I mean, it's better than nothing. I assume it just gets countered, but... We'll try it. When it gains life again, you go down to 4. Just go like hard cast force here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could have ported and then to really make them fetch, but eh. Another underground, good. We're winning the race. I think 2 more turns. We'll try Thalia again. I almost like don't want to play this Thalia, but I guess they can't. They could deluge technically. They like gain 2 life, deluge for 2, but I imagine my opponent does have just a bunch of Force of Wills in hand. Like this is the only card that they wouldn't have played yet. Is just their garbage counter spells. All right, this is their last draw. They need to find a Bolt or a Snapcaster. A K Command is okay. K Command buys back Snap to chump block for another turn. If it was Bolt, they would have used it already. They don't want to get bodied by a Wisp. Man, if I only left this file on 2. See if they die. Please die. Jeez. That was dicey, but I do think that like the cat and mouse game, I tutored the Miracle Crusader super early, but the way I played out my spells, like I made them bolt other stuff. I put the recruiter on, or I put the prelate on 3, so they would have to snap bolt it instead of snap K commanding it. Gets the bolt out of their yard, so their future snaps are worse because they can't kill it anymore. Some decks don't even have the second bolt. Postboard, obviously, they'll have like Marsh Casualties and like more Deluges and Diabolic Edict. So they'll have a lot more answers than Miracle Crusader postboard. But pre-board, Miracle Crusader can just like carry you all the way there. Alright, for sideboarding purposes, 2 Rip, 2 Council's Judgment, 2 Cataclysm. Cataclysm's such a good card in this matchup. Cut GT, cut Revoker. I think it's usually I go down to like 1 plow. Something like this. Maybe I leave in GT, cut Revoker. Cut the last Revoker. Cut the last plow or something. I'm considering reconsidering my stance on plows in this matchup after Brightling comes out, because suddenly I'm playing a lot less Mirror Crusaders and stuff like Bellatrix is a lot more of a threat. So keeping in plows might be okay. I'm not sure yet. It'll definitely require testing. But I think with the heavy Mirror Crusader builds, plow is just pretty bad. So you have Rest in Pieces to try and beat Death Rights, and almost all their creatures just 2 for 1 you. Plowing a Strix, 2 for 1. Plowing a Leovold, 2 for 1. Can't plow a Jace. Plowing a Snapcaster, 2 for 1. At best. If their Snapcaster didn't already flashback like a K command, just 3 for 1 you. Revoker is so bad in this matchup. It's just so hard to stay alive. Maybe GTA is better. GTA is also not great, but it just like makes these Stoneforges card advantage. Having only 2 equipment in your deck with 4 Stoneforges in a game that can get this grindy is really dangerous. GTA also helps you punch through like Baleful Strixes and stuff. You can get some counters on it. Obviously bad against Leovold, but you know. A lot of things are bad against Leovold. God. So if I keep this hand, I no longer have, like, the other 3 Stoneforges in my deck are all Squires. On the other hand, it's just a really good curve, and Fire Ice is really good if they don't have Leovold early. I think I do keep this hand, but, like, it's really aggravating having 2 equipment in the opener. I swear I'm gonna draw this. I'm gonna draw the GT next turn before I cast the Stoneforge Mystic. I'm probably gonna play like Baleful Strix here. Nothing. Ooh, never mind. We're not gonna cast the Stoneforge. Maybe I will. This Thalia's not gonna live, right? I'd rather them just like Fatal Push the Stoneforge here when my hands. Would I? Probably not, actually. I think I'd rather them kill this Thalia. Stoneforge kind of wants to be alive to put in this Batter Skull if I'm able to like Violent Mom into turn. Deal. I'll F6, I got nothing. I'm gonna Violent their Mom. Mom on the end of their turn. If they don't kill it, I get to untap and have a Stoneforge protected by a Mom. Also, this means that they can't Fatal Push it now. They can force it, but this means that they have to untap before they can kill it. And they can't, like, Lily it. You have to just Fatal Push it or something. Could just slam Leovold. And then I'm just playing super hard into their March casualties with, like, 2 X1s. Sure. It's gonna be real good March casualties for my opponent. At least we drew that. So I could be mana efficient, file in the Stoneforge right now, and get and like cast a Jite. I don't think it matters though. I think I'd rather keep the Stoneforge safe, or even possibly Violent a second Thalia instead if they kill this first one. I just imagine my opponent always has March casualties in their opening hand, or in their hand post board. They're just gonna like neg one of my guys. They do another black. Tracker's neat. I can kill it with the sword. Actually, no, I need to draw a land to do that. Alright, well, if we draw a land, I'm in for letting them draw a card to kill this tracker, so. We're gonna leave this Vial on 2. I don't have a 3, and I do have this 2 that I know about. Well, here's the start of the Squires. It's also really bad because I can't get this tracker off the board, and now it gets to turn into, like, X4 or whatever. They can crack close to make it bigger, so it's out of sort of Fire and Ice range. This is not great. I'd have to kill the Leovold first to kill the tracker with, like, GT counters. It's not very good. Would really like to draw a land over this Squire here. Tireless Tracker is interesting tech. Is it just like for the mirror for super grindy matchups? Imagine it's not bad here, especially if I'm cutting my plows. Pithing Needle. They could name Stoneforge here. Which they probably will. If I don't activate it. So I think I'm just going to put in Batter Skull. They could name like any of my equipment, but we just have a bunch, so. I think I'll just put in Batter Skull. At least that Batter Skull can start attacking into these guys. They can't have K Command, because it costs 4 mana with the Thalia in play. I could put in the Squire. I don't even know if I will. Again, I really want to draw a 4th land. Let's see what they name on this needle. Name GTA, okay, because they know I have the GTA, that makes some sense. Strix. Alright, we really... Do we have a chance to kill this tracker again if we draw this land? Come on... land. So to wait a whole new turn cycle, and then by then the tracker is going to be huge. I can't attack with this because there's Baleful Strix in the way. None of this is good. All of this is bad. I don't think we're winning this one. I just need my opponent to like tap out and not crack a clue again for some reason. I don't think there are a lot of scenarios in which they do that, because they have so much mana. They could like cast a Jace. That'd be nice. Wouldn't do anything, they just brainstorm with it. And I get to put in the sword and finally kill this Tireless Tracker. Oh, what's this actually happening? This isn't Marsh Cat. Is this are they trying to Marsh Cat? No, they're trying to Jace. I can't unsummon any of my creatures. I have a mom. Just got Brainstorm deal. This is promising. Alright, so they only get like 5 clues off this tracker. So that's like fine. I'm going to take this up to 3 finally, because we drew this Wisp. Sweet, we drew a second Squire. Alright, how do I play this? Equip to Germ, attack face, kill the tracker? Or just attack the Jace and kill it? I think I have to kill the tracker. I can flicker the Jace if I need to. Although, again, that just is really bad against this Leovold. I think I just have to let them have the Jason play for another turn. If they have K-Command, I have Wisp to protect my Batterskull. So I think we just go in here. They just block. I guess they could actually just take 6 and draw a card instead. But now I don't have to let them draw a card at least. They just take it. So we have Wisp to defend our equipment from a K-Command. My opponent has 4 clues. They didn't even crack the Delta? They just don't need it. But I'm going to, like, kick a Marsh Casualties here. This is 4 mana. I don't know what this is. Deluge X equals 2? I mean, I'll give the Germ Pro Black, I guess. Everything dies. The Leovold is a 1-1. Their Strix dies. Don't know what their plan is after that, but... give the Germ Pro Black, I guess. Oh, so I'm going to Fatal Push the Germ in response here. That's fine, because we can Wisp the Batterskull to reset the Germ. This is an interesting... but it doesn't do anything. Pro Black, because it already is pro Blue and Red. Everything dies but the Leovold and the Germ. They can't minus, yeah. Jace Brainstorms. We have a Wisp. Oh, are they just like planning on pushing the Germ on my turn? They don't need to push it now? That makes some sense. I can respect that. It also means we can't put in this Wisp yet, because we need it to reset the Batterskull. Alright, I mean, we'll attack the Jace, but we know it's not going to end well. They're just going to push it, because we know they have in hand, they just reconsidered. Go for the throat. It's interesting. Sure. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Do I equip the Sword to the Thalia, or just play a Mystic as well? I can just play a Mystic. My opponent has just 4 cards on layaway here is the issue. I don't think we're... I think I need to like play a little bit faster, because I also don't think we're going to win. Which means we'll need to be playing for a game 3. At least my opponent and I are pretty close on time. What are they gonna like kick a Marsh Casualties now? Two mana Ponder, deal. Does not shuffle. That's worse for me. Brainstorm, sure. Another land. I'm a little concerned with what they have. They could just like K-Command this Batter Skull. If they have K-Command, they would fire it off before I untap, though. I think we just have to get a little bit greedy to win here. The issue is that I'm like still in their second main too, so they could Marsh Casualties me now. Alright. Swords to Plowshares. Alright, now things get interesting. I can plow this Leovold out of the way. Equip Sword to Stoneforge, and I have like actually 3 different things that can attack this chase and kill it. Do I attack Jace with everything, just trying desperately to kill it? Probably. Opponent can only block the Germ right now. And if they do something, like cast something right now, Abrupt Decay the Sword. Sure. We're just gonna plow this Leovold. Before he gets to free block the Stoneforge. I almost attacked this Thalia, because I assumed they had a way to kill the sword. I probably should have attacked the Thalia, like, at their face or something. Crack a Clue, sure, that means they can't cast anything, which means we kill this Jace. The issue is that they have, like, 900 cards in hand, and they haven't cast a K-Command yet. We killed the Jace, but my opponent has an effective 8 cards. And I have a Pithing Needle Jite and a Squire. If they don't kill this Batter Skull, then we can untap and at least protect it with just 3 mana up for the rest of the game. Opponent's probably just like Crack Clue, K-Command. Or Snap. What are they going to snap? Deluge? And just Deluge for 4. It's pretty reasonable. can also crack another clue or play like, oh, him me? Alright, deal. I figured that's why they left up black. I was thinking about him. So we want to draw a 5th land in the next 2 turns. I would also accept Flicker Wisp, also accept Crusader. Deal. So we can pick up this Batter Skull. I almost don't want to pick it up, though, because I can equip it to Crusader and get in, but we'll see what the opponent does. Sure. Sure. I think I do have to pick up this Batter Skull, though. Sure. I mean, they can't K-command me out of this, because that's why I picked up the Batter Skull first, so they couldn't K-command my Mirror Crusader away. I'll accept 3-drop or 5th land. Alright. They have a Bolt. Edict, that's rude. Repeat that line a sec. K-command the Mirror Crusader. Oh, was I... No, I meant in my hand. K-command the Mirror Crusader out of my hand was what I meant, sorry. Because it was the only card in my hand, so by picking up the Batter Skull first, if I just activate the Vial on 3, although I guess if they K-command then in response I can pick it up. There wasn't really a good way for them to do that, but you never know. Yeah, I can Vial in response. I meant, like, if I activated Vial on 3, then they could K-command me in response, but then I can just pick up the Batter Skull anyway, so my order didn't really matter that much. This Baleful Strix is kind of annoying. We'll just attack into it. Play Thalia. Yeah. I mean, there's a good way for them to K-command me, and that's them having K-command in hand, because then they can just get to buy back Snapcaster Mage, or Tireless Tracker, or Baleful Strix, and just, like, beat the crap out of me regardless, but... So we can play Thalia, and we can pick up Batter Skull if we need to, or just equip it to the Thalia next turn. Sure. Death Rights galore. My opponent has 5 cards in their hand. And I am hellbent. If I go to equip this Batter Skull, my opponent casts K-command. We're just going to go to game 3. Deal. My opponent has 23 cards left in their deck. They have not cast a single K-command. So it is going to happen. My opponent is going to beat the crap out of me with a Cooldown's command. I'm just gonna Fatal Push that? Sure. Alright, I guess I'm picking up this Batter Skull then. They're gonna also Jace me. Alright, well, rip Batter Skull plan. Now we just need to draw a 3-drop. Oh yeah, and we're getting Fate Sealed. Put it at the bottom. Come on, draw a 3-drop. Mirror Crusader? Eh. Probably just need to play Batter Skull. It means they can't Fate Seal me if they don't have an answer to a single Germ token, somehow. Not F6ing his value in terms of my opponent's player on this Vial on 3, but F6ing his value in terms of my opponent has less time on their clock than I do. Alright, yeah, they... Now we just get F6 and hopefully, run their clock down. I mean, I guess they kill me like 4 turns regardless. My opponent finally found their Cool Guns commands, and all their Deathrite Shamans. Fate Seal to the top, you say? Nice, take that! Take that, Deathrite Shaman! Oh, whoops, cost 3 mana. Taste it. Taste that rest in peace, opponent. Let's just draw. Alright, they push this to the bottom. Dang it. And we draw Flicker Wisp. To stall out longer. Not even playing it. It'd take too long to click through that text box. Still draw a Flicker Wisp. Come on, push to the bottom. And then, nope, that's not a Flicker Wisp. Good play, opponent. Yeah, we're just dead. I will concede that. Supposed to concede in response to the ult to hide like Cataclysm, but wasn't. I was just kind of good just going with the motions at that point. Do I want more plows? Probably not. GT was like okay there. What happened to it? It got Pithy Needle. My opponent has Pithy Needle in their deck, so it's probably reasonable for me to have multiple equipment because I don't really have a good answer to that. I don't have a good answer to a Needle besides like Council's Judgmenting it. So it's probably worth it to have GTA in the deck just as like another threat. It also helps deal with Tireless Tracker or something. I think I probably just run it back here. Revoker again didn't have any targets besides Jace that whole game, and Death Rate. But they will just run it back and hope to Cataclysm them. I would like to play first. Well, I will hope to Cataclysm them. And this hand's like fine. Again, we keep trying to use equipment. Opponent will use the 6. We're gonna grab Batterskull here. My Stoneforge will likely die, but I think the best draw at this stage is just Aether Vial, because we want to set up Aether Vial with Cataclysm. Ooh. I'm also down to set up Mirror Crusader and Cataclysm. If they don't have the Bolt, then they're pretty bad off. So this means that they have to kill the Stoneforge, essentially, unless they want to deal with a turn 3 Batterskull, which even for this deck is, like, a little bit annoying. So they probably just, like, Fatal Push this. Yep. Then we'll just jam Crusader, see what they do, and then hopefully Cataclysm them on 4, but unlikely. Ooh. That's a super good draw. 100% just jamming this Crusader. They have Edict, we have second Crusader. Our plan is to get to Crusader in play and Cataclysm them, but it's a long ways away. Edict? Yep. Could have possibly played like Sword there instead, but I think we have a pretty specific game plan. Ooh, maybe it's Stoneforge now, because it presents another threat they have to answer. I also just like cast this GTA before I draw it, which I likely will just like next turn, knowing my luck. I think I just actually port them more than port the swamp or port the duel. Don't really care about most of their swamp cards right now. So the Stone... Oh, alright, this is really good. Stoneforge's insurance against, like, Snap Edicts now. So now we can Aether Vial and Mirror Crusader here. Or I could just Batterskull them. God, there's so many ways that this game is kind of going. They could Deluge me, which would be bad. Maybe I have to wait. I can't beat this Strix, though. Sword. No. My opponent only had like the 1 Deluge and 1 Bolt, as far as I saw. So this is my plan right now. Snap Push into like Snap Edict or something. Alright. If we can get this Batterskull into play, maybe. Is this another snap? Yep. Snap Push into Snap Edict. Pretty obnoxious, but this Cataclysm's sizing up to be pretty decent. Unfortunately, my hand is just all useless artifacts, so I need like 5th land for this Batterskull. So I can actually have a threat in play when I Cataclysm. Alright, deal. If they like Jace unsummon, I think we just have to Cataclysm. Blow up the Jace, blow up like 2 snaps. And we have a Vial on 2. We unfortunately only have 1 land, but probably keep the Vial on 2 for a while until I draw 3. Although, Leovold, interesting. Let's hope they don't have Abrupt Decay. Where did I draw Thalia? Alright. So... if they had Abrupt Decay, they would have just killed the Germ, right? They don't kill the Germ? Interesting. Alright, well, I'm down for this trade. Sets me up so I could, like, Caracas, they keep Leovold, and I can Cataclysm, they keep Leovold, I Caracas it. I gain life here. We just need to draw, like, a 2 or a 3. Sack the Batter School to the Cataclysm, keep the Vial. Oh, they have another Strix, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm pretty pricing the Cataclysming this turn. We're gonna keep this Vial on 2, and immediately draw 3. Oh, draw 1, okay. We'll keep our Schadenport on this Cataclysm. Let's see what they keep. Because we have a white source already. What? They just have actual counterspell in their deck. That's pretty bad for me. Just, like, the literal card counterspell is one of the last 2 cards in their hand. That's a bummer. We're still in this. We can equip Batterskull to Mother of Runes. Unfortunately, this Brainstorm means we're probably not in this. My opponent needs to not kill this mom. Yep, March Casualties. Now we need to draw a Flicker Wisp, so we're going to take this file up to 3 since it doesn't matter. Second Cataclysm would be cool. Draw Thalia. Thalia does it if they don't have another removal spell, right? I have 6 lands. I could play Jite, play Thalia, equip Jite. That I'm not 100% dead. I think, yeah. So they need another removal spell and then we die. I guess I could have just, like, Caracas this Leovold and not died, but that's, like, playing not to win. Or that's playing not to lose rather than playing to win. Everyone says, like, Jace, we're dead. This is 4 mana. Okay. That's not even close to lethal. Did my opponent not realize that that doesn't just kill the Thalia? This is like a Gurmag Angler that they just have in their deck. God! My opponent has all these weird cards that are just bodying me. I only have 6 mana. Can we draw a Flicker Wisp, please? Please? That just kills me, right? Gurmag Angler was like, their actual last cards were Deluge Gurmag. Ugh, this game went so poorly for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have exactly 7 lands, so I can't pick up Batterskull and replay it to, like, chump block this Gurmag. God, this went so badly for me. Jeez. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Good games, opponent. That was definitely a tight game 3. My opponent's playing some kind of odd check pile cards, though. I've not seen Gurmag Angler in a hot minute against Pile. 32 games, 16 wins. 16 wins, 16 losses. We're at exactly 50% across the board against Pile now. And we're back into the 2-2 bracket. The classic XJ Cloud Stream 2-2 bracket. I think we had a lot of reasonable points at which we could win that. The Cataclysm that got counterspelled could have won the game. The Thalia that got Toxic Deluge could have won the game. And like them not having Gurmag also could have won the game. I could have just, if they had had anything, I could have just bounced the Leovold, let them draw a card, but that gives me enough time to pick up the Batterskull and replay it. That did not work out well. Also, they just had Counterspell in their deck. Hand's great. A little bit on the slow side if we're against like Storm, but I'm on the play. My opponent rolled to 6. Hopefully we're not against like Elves or Tests like we always play against round 5 in the 2-2 bracket. Alright, not Elves. That's a plus. I guess I just Stoneforge Batterskull. I don't know what to get here in the blind. My opponent's probably more likely to be a combo deck, although they didn't like cast a cantrip or anything on turn 1. Batterskull here is like fine regardless of what they're on. So I think we can just slam it. I don't know. Yeah. Polluted Delta doesn't tell me enough to specifically get... What are they going to, like, stifle the Stoneforge trigger here? They're going to... Wait, they're going to let... What? You're going to let the Stoneforge resolve and then Brainstorm? What is your plan, opponent? I also feel like that's a combo deck, so now we're getting stormed. So now I guess I get Batterskull. They could be Tess. Although, sort of Fire and Ice is better because I'm just tapping out for Sanctum Prelate next turn. If they could be Tess, in which case Batterskull's better. I think if I just play Prelate, they're just dead anyway, so we'll grab Batterskull in case they are Tess and they just Goblins me next turn. Because Sanctum Prelate on 4 against Ant is just GG. Sanctum Prelate on 2 against Tess is just GG. Or mostly. They can still just... I think they usually have, like, an empty in the main. As well as the Burning Wishes. Could just be a fair deck. But unlikely. Ends up Brainstorm is pretty loose if you're not. Alright, I guess they are a fair deck. It's like Pile a second time? They just decided to fire off an end-step Brainstorm? It's a good draw. I'm going to put Prelate on 1 here. It does turn off my Plow, but I don't think that matters. Turns them off of like Snap pushing this. If they want to like K Command, they'll play like 3rd land, K Command, Shatter Vial, kill Prelate or something, and then in response I can Vial and Stoneforge, go grab Sophie, and then next turn I can untap and put in the Batterskull. Yeah, it's likely at least a bug deck, if not, more likely just be Pile. I'll put it on 1 here. Alright, we got him. We got him good. Sanctum Prelate on 1 takes the day yet again against... I don't know. I guess their hand was just like Ponders and Brainstorms and more Fatal Pushes? Cool, I guess. I'm going to board as if they're Check Pile because I don't know any better. And I don't think there are a lot of other... Although, Check Pile is not going to be playing Flooded Strand, right? I guess they... No, it's just like really bad because their mana base is so wonky. You can't fetch like Badlands or Bayou with Floodstrand. You want to be playing Tarns and Deltas, and even like Verdant Catacombs. At least like Misties to fetch Bayous and stuff. What deck am I playing against? We saw Brainstorm, Fatal Push, and Buglands. I think, regardless of what they're playing, they're bugs, so they're a Deathrite deck. They played Fatal Push, so they're probably more of a controlling deck. So controlling deck, I want Cataclysms, Accounts Judgments. Deathrite deck, I want Rest in Peace. They could be like Food Chain or something with just a Fatal Push in it, but then they wouldn't have conceded to Prelate 1. I don't know. What did I cut against? What did I cut? It was like... Yeah, I think it was just 3 Revoker, 3 Plow is what I cut against them last time. Just go with that, I guess. I don't know. Don't know what the opponent's doing. Hopefully they just, like, die when I... Man, this hand is so... We're on the draw. I think this is a keep. Against what is assumed to be check pile or some bug deck, Double Crusader is just so good. And we have 2 lands and a Thalia. Like, we're pretty close to getting there. Ah, of course, the classic Bug Legacy Mill with Lotus Petal. And we drew the worst card in the deck. I think we're favored in this matchup. I don't think we're favored with this hand. Oh no. At least my opponent doesn't have a fetch land here. I wonder what the green is for. Right on time, Aether Vial. Hopefully with this 3rd land drop. Hopefully this Thalia does enough. These Heatran Crabs are gonna murder me. I'd like my Source of Plowshares back, please. Deal. Deck. Why must you do this? We have to play one of these stupid files. Can't just spend the whole time porting them. Still have 41 cards in our deck. Although every time they play a land, we lose 6. If they play a fetch land, we lose 12. Jesus. What is my opponent's deck? Dark Ray, him me, please. My hand is nothing but terrible Magic cards that I can't cast. My hand continues to be terrible Magic cards that I can't cast. At least I get to, like, Rashadan port them now. Slowly take this vial up. My opponent is playing the most ungodly abomination I've ever seen in Legacy in a good while. Darkrit, Hymn to Turok, Lotus Petal, Hedron Crab, Fatal Push, and Brainstorm are all in their deck. Let's draw a Phyrexian Revoker that I boarded all of them out. If they draw another land, I'm just going to keep porting them, honestly, at this stage. Draw another land, double port them. No, that's not bad. At least I get to put a card into play. Just never draw another land, opponent, please. I don't know what's happening. Oh no, they hit another land. $33 cards left in the deck. Thank God we can take this file up to 3. Please draw another land. Nope. Oh, it's a castable spell at least. it's useful for, but do I try to set up lethal here? I can't quite, right? Putting Crusader. They have like Fatal Push here. And two. What? My opponent just has Entomb in their deck. Sure, why not? We're gonna Entomb an Elish Norn. A World Gorger Dragon, huh? Can I stop that with Flicker Wisp? Probably not. Oh, thank God they died. What on earth was that last game? What? Alright, we're gonna record that as... well, what's a good World Gorger Mill... World Gorger Mill... Reanimator... Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Alright. We beat him in 2 at least. We got the 3-2. Just in an incredibly unorthodox final game. Did they like use the Hedron Crabs on themselves? Or is the Hedron Crab a win con? Were they not a mill deck? Hedron Crab could be a win con, right? With World Gorger. They could have just been World Gorger Reanimator. Alright, hang on. Their deck is a little bit more justified. I don't know if I like Hedron Crab as the win con, especially in a format where Emrakuls exist. Alright, I'll rename them World Gorger Reanimator. Or World Gorger combo. Because the combo does work with Hedron Crabs. You like move all your permanents in and out repeatedly, and your opponent just mills all their cards and then they die. So yeah, with the Flicker Wisp, wait, no. Could I? I think I might have needed to flicker out their land. So they entombed the World Gorger Dragon. And they had 3 mana, because they had like 2 lands, like a petal, or 2 petals and a land left. I think they were just drawing to the enchantment effect. And then if I Vow and Flicker Wisp, flicker out the... I'd have to read some of the cards. I'm not sure if Flicker Wisp interacts favorably with what they're doing. In response to World Gorger trigger, activate Vial. Put in Flicker Wisp. Flicker out the World Gorger Dragon. All their permanents get exiled. And then it comes back in. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can beat World Gorger with Flicker Wisp, I'm pretty sure. Just in response to the trigger that exiles all their permanents, you wisp out the World Gorger, which the animated drops off. All the permanents get exiled. World Gorger comes back. They get to keep a World Gorger Dragon, but like I could have beat that because I had a Thalia, a Sarah Avenger, and a Flicker Wisp and a Mom. So yeah, we were fine. What an odd game. Anyway, let's find someone to host. After that,
there are too many.
Oh no, gotta mute that. Is that SGDQ? Oh, I forgot SGDQ was going on. I always forget. We're gonna host some Magic the Gathering stream, but I don't think SGDQ needs my like six viewers help when they have 100,000 or whatever. Let's go find someone playing Legacy, perhaps, or playing Death and Taxes. This is Romario. Mario Vidal. Yeah, he usually hosts for Mario. He's a cool guy. I'm down for hosting him again. Playing, what is this? The Nyx Fit deck, it looks like. Cruel Reality. Evolutionary Leap. Getting beaten, taken to church by miracles, it looks like. Anyhow. That's going to be it for my stream. Thank you all for joining me. If you enjoyed the content, you want to see more Death and Taxes, I'm here Monday through Wednesday and Friday on most days. Thursday is my off day. If you want to see more content, you can hit the follow button. Helps you know when I'm going live. Helps you find my content, helps other people find my content, and is totally free. Other ways you can support the channel: you can subscribe or donate. Subscriptions get you the sweet Thalia emote. And donations, I'd be more than willing to try out whatever Death and Taxes builds you might be interested in. If you want to see a certain card featured, you want to see a certain format, a certain color splash, just feel free to talk to me about it beforehand, and I'll see what I can do. Anyhow, thank you all for hanging out today. Tomorrow should be, I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. Modern is usually on Tuesdays, but like it's a toss-up what deck. I've been playing Thalia Stompy for a while, but maybe Mono White Taxes. We'll see how I'm feeling, what my time and constraints look like. Anyhow, thank you all for joining me. Hope you had fun. I will catch you all later.